Ebusuam nim sa wonte ya na de aba from eye Kumasi High Court ne say Lumba nkomo twetwe na ye di ho nkomo no ene ye se judge say e ma ne me nyina enkotena eyipa so enkosu Lumba sa oyere e ma ne me nyina ye se judge say German certificate na wo de baaye no signature wo so no e ba akope na aware so de marriage certificate signature say ye mienu enti wono no wasusu ho adwene ho wo mien na nkotena yipa so. I don't seem to understand if a judge or a judge now you don't trust the certificate that is from another country to be a marriage certificate. You allow or you rule say nipa no awunyi ni say o wa ware asa na ya ware no onko yekuna. I say this with no malice. Me chrema drinkwa. Se wu wakumem na wo ye judge na wakan ade na hwe na onim certificate marriage certificate mpa mienu na san na wo hu ye no sa according to omo e court ni bi na e kasa yi wo hu ye no ba ko signature ba ko pe na wo so na eye wo certificate ni nya papa. I don't see why you would then say omkwatena senye kuna unless say you say busuafo ni nyina agitum sa akosia say wa ye yere dia. But the judgment that came out even before the judgment came out, according to omo ekọ court no obi a okọ court obi a na o court room obi and do na ye pam mo free court room so mo bi abonte. For whatever reason I don't know. I don't seem to understand. I'm just confused. And you see, it makes no sense if really you see one certificate and as a certificate that has just one signature. I think you could have gone further to look for a legal person who is a German lawyer. As a judge, you can call for a German lawyer or somebody from the embassy to verify the certificate. If wadwen yen tanta.
Ghana updates ni abusia memo akwa abaso na dofo ene de an Odobroni wi ni ye no eye team legal wife for ne de bebli na esu na omusu media ne so an na ye maame akosu a ne maame an sister bi esu pa a osu eye court wono na nye easy esan say court anje antum say maame akosu a eye yire an nti kuna na omkwa akoye ne ntimi hu say mo mienu ene kwa akoye o say eye ba akopenso ne kwa akoye o adofo eno na samne de team legal wife wo an ebi eguso react to a samne de na ya Brefo an ono so aba abonten e na ono nso se onti bibiase esan se judge na o trance a odi sa asem we a watumi a declare se Odobroni na emu wawi ni case no na afi o se omo mienu enkoye kuna no an na ya Brefo se why confuse ka press say sa certificate na ye judge na ehwe so a o ka se na ye signature ba ko pe ene also instead of two signatures no one pen also ntenya de a oje certificate ni ede two mu no say de be nti na afi wasanje atum say maami akosu ya ni Odobroni na omo ko yekuna no an ye san say ye say court wono no nsem omo kan say omo mienu na kwa akoyekuna no eno na ama na ya Brefo ka so nti ase esan say na wo judge wa hwe so say eye signature na ye ba ko pe a it means maami akosu ya say wa anya say ogine tum say yere an san say two signatures na be ma ye hu say certificate na ye papa na ba ko pe na wo so a one fle German embassy and say Germany lawyer bia embisa na confirm say empo ebetumi ayeye a na emu watumi declare ye o so nti ase an adofo ye be ko ni akwakoje ni ntietem no no nsa na ba be react a o treatemu ye an san so se wonti ase se judge na age atum se Odobroni awini na afi omo mienu akoye kuna adofo tell why you comment section wana ka mu nengo tinsem no like video no na share efoma me aha Ghana update
Judgment ba wo case mo a utumi kire wadwene ho when asem wo court you cannot but judgment ba nko ade a obetimi a kire wadwene e wo fia ware de a omienu ntinase enye kuna because Ghana ye ditum se wo ware ofie na wan court because if fia ware kwa no court na uma ban hu si ya ware wo fie a be man into me and sign ko ware bi nka ho. If it's recognized that you are legally married and I say ya ware wo fie a ehun sem ne kan ye different kakra ne kan no sonko ba ya gitum ya mamre mu se wo ware wo fie a utumi ware bi ka ho ya mamre kwan so ya gitum se wo ware wo fie a utumi ware bi ka ho ba se wo ko ware wo court a wuntumi enware bi nka ho ko koye ne saape ne wato court mra court no ubedi. But the judgment that came out na afamani so even before the judgment came out according to omo ekọ court no obi a okọ court obi a na o court room obi and do na yepa mo free court room so mo bi abonte for whatever reason I don't know. I don't seem to understand. I'm just confused. And you see, it makes no sense if really you see one certificate and as a certificate that has just one signature. I think you could have gone further to look for a legal person who is a German lawyer. As a judge, you can call for a German lawyer or somebody from the embassy to verify the certificate. If wadwen yen tanta. Because we knew me na yen ko Germany da and as me ma ko Germany da but yen worry wo Germany da. I don't know whether the judge has married a German burger before or something, I can't tell. But so what do you want Tantana feel say certificate Micheliko Mufanche Michenika. What do you want Tanta na a year set certificate and nipan de buy no certificate no. And Saba copen a chassis and to win ni says answer na eba copeno. A original certificate there. The next level of action is to call in somebody from the German embassy to interpret or even get the certificate to the German embassy to interpret whether the certificate is genuine or not. Because there's a German casa na certificate ne also. You could have asked them to interpret what that certificate is about so that ni nyina beba bontim ye hu so certificate no fake and na say nye fake ne fia ware e na wo ho because fia ware ye ngu no o ti de me da ase pa o ti de me pa che na se. Let's you see we be president so nti si ya nye ni ye ni anhwe ni ye ni anka asem ni ye a ebetimi akowie bone amobia uti obi a waware bia no hye so we fa Odobroni anasa akosia sai wa ho we a court case I dawa nei obi enya issue bi say otam de court a lawyer betimi agina no so and so case akosia say wa versus president Odobroni case say na judge de enfa ho say Lumba popular enti na bia judge na gina so aka say mempe ne totoro ne no anti ana mpanyimfo bi abamti ene yenye ne say it doesn't matter, it becomes a precedence. So let's watch what we do and how we do our things here in Ghana. Charlie, it becomes a precedence and found and nipa no oye kwahwe ba akora no a na asem bi say ba obema lawyer court you sue and cite that as an example. It becomes a precedent, so we should be careful about it. Me chirama dwe me say judgment ba utumi chirawa dwe e wo court wa uchirawa dwe ne nemom judgment ba dia uchirawa dwe. I'm legally married as well, and this is not my first marriage legally. Second one ye gunu court uti de mechen enti se nei me certificate Ghana certificate no signatures also by yanware minu mienu mo amowo Germany. You can come out and say mo ware wo Germany a certificate ni nipa mienu na sign na baako. We want to know. We have to interrogate this matter. Juada e beto ankomo we so, and we'll go deep into it. I will find a way to get somebody in Germany to explain to us how worry was Germany, because it sounds like Akosia say wa worry and krata 70, and this is not it happens. A lot of people go through this. In fact, at the crema Samoja and Tididimu the same thing. And sometimes your husband or wife can even encourage you to do that, and later, because of unkolanities, you get in krata for unkola. Later no. Ebi ono kra no be covered by it. 3 people are pecking in And who are those 3 people? What I say? I'm a bit confused. Maybe I found Crawford to join you. And I don't know how to do it, but I will learn it. Now, Mashed, how I say she did not play her role as a wife. I don't know what you mean by she didn't play a role. What's your broche? What to find that? You understand some of these issues. What's your broche? Now, what worry pay so what you say? Sebema say, or ye dramanful. Now ye now tia worry home. Now, Bema so ye dramanful. Obe free ni gire chia ko baby fufra. We yes a wo Kofi ho kra kwotena at na wa ware ho kra ye man kwan. Enso no on pene mari nya o. Unhia be ma oye kononwo kaya. Ono a wontene no ho ware wo. Na sade ye so ye wo fie no wonye. Ono so a wo mma kwan ma wonko. Unhia bi da check and ask. There are some men who are kononwo kaya on pet. And answer what's now wabre. But say binti o ma kwan ma wonko. I'm not saying Lumba is konongo kaya. Wo was some idea banti na mesumechire maju. Or say I'm legally married and I live in America with my husband. Yes. And to be honest with you, say nipa na wo ware no say wo ware no not Ghana. Ena wo ba Ghana na say makopia brochi na mo ba Ghana no so o ma bi o ma a different conversation. Do my free muntie to me. The only person who can really tell the real story is the dead man, who didn't like talking about his issues. Internet who be here sometimes I see a document some of these things. And then the living wife. But on no ground not yes no beti be intro. Enti wo mu mienu na ka ayefe ne kana ya ni kasem. But abroche want me nya adwuma nsore prekope one day nkase meko leave and answer me kunawu. Ubetimi age some days off say a year. But want to be sorry keke embetna Ghana so wo ye adwuma na oni obi ye adwuma. Ne ya ma kwan se betna Ghana boso me mienu miensa. And say ye dan kra so. But Ghana had ye. Ghana po ye ma kwan sa. You will not be given that much days and months to come and stay with ebusia and ebusia fie se ukuna wunti ubedi kuna. Ghana po adwuma company bien who ebe ma kwan se tina fie bosome because ukuna free. They would give you time to mourn your husband, but you will not be given months, 2 months to stay at home just because your husband is dead. Say adwuma nya wo de a. Intimacy mo ye kasa ye ni anwene hu ye se wontu kwan da komo a egba wonti ase. You cannot just get up. You can't. Agana uye adwuma. Sometimes you have 30 days leave, sometimes 25 days. Me that's 25 days leave the whole year. Ye mu bi to me chichem. Anything else should except doctor's report can be e de ba so yare. Bibi na ye wontia. Anything else, doctor's report must be added to it. So you cannot just get up one day and say because of this you are just leaving whatever you are doing and coming on. Let's say so ujaye dwuma na betena fie. Na se bibi twen wo da so a ebe wo se nipa no be jaya ba betena fie. It's not easy like that. Enough from me call America, me call high dine. Me kreska meant me a high dine on my own. Ghana, oba na person high down free Cuba, America, ehemfa, de ehia ne so hu agent, e dan bi wo ho. Ukreska nkwa de abetimi a high. Background check papa bi en why. We don't do any bad whether you have credit or not, whether you are legitimate or what the kind of job I we Ghana, obi an check it. The here so ukreska, ye kasa 1 year, 2 years, says can kura wantina Nigeria for be 2 year will be papa I say it na. Entina rents in Kraha, ne boye di because Nigerians come in, they have the money and they are able to rent anytime and anywhere they want. Anywhere. Lebanese for ba more rented dine. China ni ba or rented dine. Me kwa America men to me, it's not like sike krami. Me se met me atue no, me say no. You cannot. Just say me to me cry and 3 months in boom. Say me 3 months because me bagana and me 3 months. Debbie, I can't do that. I have to pay in installments. No installments. Monthly. Me kwa say me kwa money order. A day. Who are limits? You cannot just buy money order boom like that. You can't. But I could do that. I could have done that. I was Ghana. And to obiana ne hihye ne obiana ne mra. So let me tell you, my issue is I am teasing the issues out of the judgment. I am just teasing the issues. From day one, I said, "Omo ye 1 week ni mani ye fe. Omo ye ni na see ye but 1 week I had issues with it because some people or a lot of the people made it look like Akosua said, what did it matter? Maybe she's a stranger. She came from nowhere. And waba betum. Omo eto nyumo aduafo when apart from adwa ye boeje. Aduafo enyumtufo Ghana phobia because and you can't blame all of them because maame no so na nipa na Lumba ware na che ti abrochire obi anim no. And when it happens like that, ye to me count she because nipa no nim on to be met like on to be treat too say oh yeah some way somehow onimo what the emetry and the all to more the obo more so the woman felt left out. The next thing she knew, yeah, she said yeah more na mania ya tro letter say okra utina ye so udi bembia wo manintia. That struck the camel's back. According to Omono, brought about this whole matter. Yes, nka bibie ni ho. So dem nka bibie ni ho. Nti me de enka omie ni na atena se eyi paso, eyi ankanya bad. So owari omu ni na legitimately. Sometimes never be all cry but because the most important na japade. That is where the whole thing could hu here. Ba me de bia meka to le bia obo bredu ba bia obi agapade wani nye ho emfa won se wukro no because so bobra na wo ye wo de a ye twi ba ko ho dare a e bia obetwe manasai but won twi because you don't have it until kope bi enti yen na yen pa adwumanye yen pa bibi man ho what dey mechiri ase agapade so se be oba na ya be ma bo mu chefa. It's not just one way oba na ya be ma eso wo agapade mu chefa. It's sad. Like, I don't know. I just want, I think more details should come out so we all understand the whole issue. That certificate in legitimate and an or jifie the tum because abusuafo na ni makosu say wa. Enti so jifie the tum a na oba Odobroni so yes ya wari wo fie according to report no how who and who because according to omo ekwa court no apart from abusuape yin ko ka say wa ware no kwa anko bi. It looked like nobody was there to actually testify there was a marriage like that. Busuapenyin never testify, but Busuapenyin or testify, you know. Wan Kobi or say yes, say because Busuapenyin from day one said Onukroni Odobroni. What did the say? I am saying, sir, we could give if we decide to give judgment because of the person's fame and nipanu dimbi or what and answer and sebidi na mbebia. It will not help because it will serve as a precedent. Better ho. Issues like this. Ni yadi no be susudia. Ni yadi no edi and seme buansen. My name say be a court to seek for an appeal. But I'm believing, say, if there was a legal marriage, sad document in correct. I mean, we need to know whether the document is genuine or not. It's very important. So that we all understand each other, knowing, say, document a cranny panel, nye papa no de koye. Say, beya, certificate a yen na ewono, ye be say certificate fa so. Yes, certificate na kra yen na ye betitim. Then there's no need to have a certificate at all. And it doesn't matter, say ni parent baby, ni kunu to baby nti, aware ni ho, minim sa ade no. Because people can actually marry and decide to live different places because of adwuma, because of niema bebre, and meet as and when they want to meet. As and when they want to meet, depending on the marriage couple, how they decide to live their marriage life is their business. And if our really hope you might ye koko gunu twetwam and the certificate, divorce certificate they call ye fire no ana letter. Ye fa letter kekese me pese me jaya ware ye the divorce certificate na kotre e bi adanse say aware no ye ko twam wo court yama ye certificate any. Do you understand? Ye the divorce certificate ko ya kotre se ye twam wo court any. Enye sa wo ye judge a wo tumi ntina ho keke nkase nipa no we fi aware ase for some time nti na aware da go. I don't seem to get it. Papa. That's why I'm saying the judgment must come out for us to understand exactly what went the reasoning, because you can criticize or share your opinion about judgments, which is legally right. Because yet to Kroma no be quiet judgment, we are say, was he a binum same manado SCB. We are animal farm. Emma Attorney General, Ghana's Attorney General, Babo, and Tebe condemn me and said, no, this judgment is not correct. Although Nipa na can ask no so, shouldn't buy or done, it didn't wasn't right. Which I understand. Ye can't what them say ye nyepe. Because me the president nyepe. Me to me the first lady. Minister be nyepe. Me to me of penny be say at Duncan William and nyepe. But before the eyes of the law, we are all equal and must be treated equally. Says Duncan William, we must be treated equally and found ways of penny in front of the law. Although, ma, please, embassy to verify it. Did they consult? That is my question I asked. If you were confused about the certificate, did you find out? Because there's a German embassy here, right here in Ghana. And just as Ghana, Ukawaria, AMA, and answer call to near there's always documentation that you can always follow up and find out if really it has been gazetted or if really has been like the certificate, because a bit to me for this certificate. Yes, oh yeah, a bit for this certificate. But baby also a worry, whether marriage or divorce, mobile register or book say or see be worry because yet certificate part of it book. They don't tear everything out. They leave some, and that book is unless I want to. Now that document is gone because I had a paper. It's sad. Like that's all I want. Like it's sad because one shiny year. As I said, for me, I feel so both of them deserve to do a kuna. Although I don't believe in side chick. I mean, can I say we be a me no case me fan. I know it matter. I just feel so obato bi kunu ho a de sene fata ne je entwe mani pa de frame na nkokon ho ntokwa. You have no right there. Uni right bia wo ho. Obato bi kunu ho a behave like me bato bi kunu. En fa was on na wonsia because look. Obata no ho na no wonsia akora no a wonya warefo a wonya warefo. Difference wo. Unless and they yo minim say mra or cohabitation which meaning parents now for some time a cohabitation legally, but not when somebody is legally married. Not when somebody is actually legally married with certificate. Enti Monday nyame ya adom a odom ya yin na ebedi ho nkomo. We would want to find out from lawyers. We would want to find out from Germany. Find out how a German marriage certificate looks like. If there was any determination of a divorce, we should see the certificate of a married divorce in Germany. And I come some court. Now what tia broche na wo mam pacho. Brempoma. Judge a lawyer the need na some man. All those see a friend many bejina dakem. Lawyer the need na some man. We probably don't even know the situation. Let's be mindful. And I think say both Busuafo no and I say parties no should not jubilate to get another angry. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It is not necessary. Because so be better me say I want to move on court that comment too is quite dangerous. It makes it look like you can buy anybody at all. I'm not saying it cannot happen. But it also gives conclusion and it's not the right thing to do. Yeah, I'm sure